Today we're going to talk about the distributive property, just a reminder of what that is, and then we're going to move forward from that and look at the distributive property with variables and exponents. So when do we use the distributive property? Well, we use it when we multiply one item or one term in front of the set of parentheses, and we multiply that to every single term inside that set of parentheses. So here we have our first example. We have 5 times the quantity 4 plus 2. So our first step for the distributive property is to draw arrows. The arrows, because we know a number outside of parentheses means multiplication, the arrows simply show us what we're multiplying. So we're going to go ahead and start with 5 times 4, and then we're going to go 5 times positive 2. So 5 times 4 plus 5 times 2. 5 times 4 is 20, 5 times 2 is 10, and then we finish using the order of operation, which gets us 30. Now, if we were to use order of operations by itself, first we would solve inside the set of parentheses. 4 plus 2 is 6, and then finish up with multiplication division. 5 times 6 is 30. So we know when it's all numbers, this proves to us why the distributive property works. So the second step in using the distributive property is multiply the outside number by every single term inside the set of parentheses, and then CLT, combine like terms. So here's a second example, and this example has a variable in it, which is why we can't use the distributive property, why we have the distributive property and we can't use order of operations all the time, because we can't add x's with 7s. So we have 6 times the quantity x plus 7. We have 6 times x plus 6 times 7. And then we multiply out 6 times 7, and that's 42. 6x is already as is. We have nothing to combine like terms with because we can't add anything with an x to a plain constant. So our answer is 6x plus 42. Here's our third example. Negative 4 times the quantity 2x minus 3. We're going to multiply negative 4 times 2x and negative 4 times negative 3. Make sure you include the sign to the left of the number. So that has negative 4 times 2x plus negative 4 times negative 3. Negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x, and negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. So we're going to go ahead and bump up the level of difficulty. We've been working with exponents. We learned the laws of exponents. Now we're going to use those by having exponents in the outside of the number and inside the set of parentheses. So here's an example. 2x times the quantity x plus 3. We have 2x times x. Now remember, x times x is x squared. So that gives us 2x squared. We multiply our numbers 2 times 1, and then an x here and an x here makes 2 x's together. So that's x squared. We then have 2x times positive 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and we have a single x. So our answer for this problem is 2x squared plus 6x. Here's our second example. 3x times the quantity x squared plus 2x minus 7. So first we have 3x times x squared. 3 times 1 is 3. X times x squared, there's 1 here, 2 here. So there's 3 altogether. So that becomes 3x to the third power. We then multiply 3x times positive 2x. 3 times 2 is positive 6. X times x is x squared. And finally, 3x times negative 7. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21, and there's a single x. So we have negative 21x. So our final answer is 3x cubed plus 6x squared minus 21x. Now our third example here is negative 4x squared times negative 4x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3. So our first item to multiply is negative 4x squared times negative 4x to the third power. We multiply our numbers. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. We have 2 x's and 3 more x's. That gives us 5 x's altogether. So our first term is 16x to the fifth power. Our second multiplication problem is negative 4x times positive 2x squared. Negative 4 times positive 2 is negative 8. We have 2 x's here, 2 x's here. That makes it 4 x's altogether. So we have negative 8x to the fourth. Our final multiplication is negative 4x squared times negative 3. We multiply our numbers. Negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12, and we have x squared. So that's positive 12x squared. So our final answer is 16x to the fifth minus 8x to the fourth plus 12x squared. So the key to doing well on these is making sure that you're taking your time, you're being careful, and you are looking at all of the signs, making sure you're multiplying correctly, and using those laws of exponents that we worked the next class. We're going to go ahead and practice this quite a bit, and it's really important because we're going to be multiplying binomials in the next class.